Dan's journey has taken him over 9,000 miles from the heart of Wisconsin to the wild coast of South Africa. His mission to team up with Duvan's fishing charters and hook into some of the ocean's biggest predators, sharks and plenty more. Who knows, there might even be a slithery surprise waiting on land. Let's dive in.
Okay, so there are plenty of questions about what tackle we use. So I quickly want to talk you through. We got the new Okuma Tesoro here. Really nice reel. It's been proving itself now for a few months. Got a very, very well steeled unit. It's not getting any water in, which makes it perfect for our type of fishing from the shore. It's also got a really potent drag. And on here I'm running 50-pound DNA braid, which is probably equivalent to most other 65-pound braid classes. And then we're using the older horizon here, actually the XXH, the red one, which I've just custom cleaned up a bit. And this is our go-to shark fishing setup. We're going to run two rods today though. We're going to run this one, and then over here we've got our kite setup, which we also slide with. Got a Talica 25 running a 0.80 monofilament with a long leader, about 18 meters, on a big barbless eagle claw circle hook and a big bonnie head. We're going to kite this one out. This one's lacquer heavy, this one's for the black ray. Of course everything will eat it. And this one we're hoping for the big bronzy or big raggy. Alright, so here's the bait. There's the bait. Nice fresh sada. All the guts and stuff in with a nice big eagle claw, barbless eagle claw. And then we run about 3 meters of steel. Then Ajax uses bait cotton here, which we sort of learned over the years through trial and error exactly how much to use, depending on the size and the size of the bait, the weight of the bait, as well as wind and other factors. And then on the leader, about 5 meters up, we tie a little thin line, a little loop. Yeah, that goes over the cotton. You'll see now. So bearing in mind now, there's two rods, right? There's the kite rod, which the kite is on, and there's the bait rod, which the bait is on. You let the kite go with the kite rod, and you let the bait rod go together. When it's its desired distance that we want, we're going to tug on this bait cotton, and it's in the ideal world, it's going to break, snap, it's going to drop the bait off at 300 meters in the water, which is attached to the bait rod, and we're going to retrieve the kite rod back to us. The point of where we are making this loop and this cotton and the kite is roughly 100 meters. You sort of need that 100 meters to help absorb any movement with the kite and create enough pressure with the kite. So you don't want this right next to the kite. It needs to be roughly 100 meters away. So off she goes, guys. Look at that. Now the bait is skidding on the surface of the water, while the kite is pulling and putting pressure on the kite rod, which is pulling the bait with it into the water. And at the same time, I'm releasing line off the spool here. Now we let it go for 300 meters or so, and then we'll hit it to release it. So that is the kite rod going out. So now it's more or less where we want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the drag here while Ajax still releases line. Now it's going to pull all of that loose line out. Check the rod. There, it's at the tension. Keep going, Ajax. A little bit more. Okay, and voila. Perfect scenario. Looks easy. Looks easy. But it does take a bit of practice. Especially Ajax is a little bit of a master with it. So don't be dismantled if you don't get it right the first time. Now we wait. 2 prime baits at the right time when we wanted them in, between 9 and 11. See how it goes. Stand on that rock there. Go one left, a little bit more left. Yeah, okay, it's comfortable. You'll feel like a couple of shakes and he darts towards you.
Yep, and you just gotta
have to keep up, yeah. Otherwise he bites you off on the line. We on, boys! Woo! 45 minutes that bait was out. And we're on with a nice fish. This is great.
Think it's off?
Leave it.
Leave it?
Yeah. Bait's clearly still nice. It's heavy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunately I think the hook pulled on that thing or dropped the bait. It was a proper bite. So yeah, a bit disappointing, really disappointing. But that was exactly the fish we want. But there's still bait on, so all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it out and wait for another one to come past. Hard luck, bro.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah, boys! Alright, he's there. Yeah, he's there. There we go. Let's just check this drag. You can loosen that a bit.
Oh yeah, I touched it. Might be.
No, it's fine. Dan!
Alright.
We already have more bites than I thought. This is good. Very good. On with a nice raggy here. Should be very cool for Dan. Dan's all the way from America. They call them sand tigers out there. Don't get many of them around. I think it's off again. Yeah. Alright. Keep reeling so it doesn't get stuck. Reel. Man. Yeah, so a very frustrating start here. It's nice and windy. We got baits out of the kite. We hooked two fish. First was a bronzy. It dropped the bait. And second fish ate the bronzy bait, pulled it off the hook, and then ate the bonny head. And we had the fish on for about 10-15 minutes. It was quite close. And the fish came off all of a sudden. I jumped in because the hook got snagged. And I freaking saw the hook and it's straight. So that happens. I mean, there wasn't loads of pressure on that fish. It's a good hook. It's just with the raggies, they've got a really big jawbone. So sometimes if you hook them there and the hook doesn't protrude right through, then it's pulling on the tip the whole time. And that causes it to straighten, even if there's not a lot of pressure. So yeah, extremely frustrating start. Because we haven't had lots of bites the last few days. So now we're getting bites and unlucky. Yeah, nothing else to do but to restart, put two more baits.
We've hooked two fish but lost two. It's tough out here, but we're not giving up. We keep pushing, and before long, we're on again. Another bite, another chance. Let's see if we can land this one.
Those black cray-like features.
Yeah, he's back.
And we're on again. Yeah, so we put that next bait. Got quite a quick bite again. Very lucky. I didn't expect so much action, to be honest. I was hoping for one big fish today. We've had 3 bites. Hopefully we can get this one to connect. This one's fighting a bit like a black ray though, which is quite challenging. For one of Ajax and I's favorite fish to catch. So let's see how it goes. Let's put 2 speed. You can keep it on this pressure. Put 2 speed. You just wind until it's like, till the spool starts turning the other way. You don't need to pull. Just wind till that point. Yeah, you can get yourself comfortable. Wind to that point. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that's fine. And as soon as it gets to the point where it doesn't turn anymore, you just stop and hold it a little bit, and then eventually it'll start coming little bit.
Proper fish.
Yeah, it's a proper fish. I mean, of course, it could still be a bronzy. It's on a piece of shark, so black rays do eat it, but it's not their first choice, you know. Crossing to those rocks there at some point. Either I can run with the rod for you, or you can start making your way slowly that way. Up to you.
There we go. Give it a go.
Okay, just go slowly around the back, but you need to keep the line up, yeah? So we like getting into position early, so it's moved about 80 meters to the right. So we prefer to get here while the line is far out. We want to be in position, so you don't have to do last minute drastic movements. So Dan's got himself in a nice position here. I'm gonna try winch the fish close by. Unfortunately, yeah, though, got a bit of a rocky ledge. It goes about 80 meters into the sea. So this is not the prime area to land a black ray. We prefer taking him to the left. So hopefully it still swims around. Yeah, now it's definitely fighting like a black ray. Shark would have been left, right, left, right. A black ray would be a new species. That would be really cool, huh?
Would be.
Stern. You can see the white in the water there. Come on! Stern to the rock side now. Not such a good idea. Here we go, pump. Where are we going to take him, Ajax? Into the back there. Yeah, young black ray. Yeah, man. That's cool, man. That's really cool.
We've hooked up a black ray, but getting it past these rocks is a whole different challenge. We have to time it with the swell, working with the ocean, which is easier said than done as the conditions keep shifting. But as the ray gets close, the hook pops out, and in an instant, Duvan jumps straight into the danger zone to secure the catch. That was way too close, but thankfully the catch has been secured.
Because you can turn easily, huh? So yeah, get out the way completely, quickly. Yeah, Dan, well done, bro. Beautiful black ray. Black chomis.
It was kind of like reeling in a dumpster across the bottom. Really not much of a run, but quite exhausting. Just kind of winching it in on one-to-one on that Talica. Very tough to move. I can't even begin to imagine what one twice that size would fight like. It's quite the battle. But we're on the board now. Third time was the charm. Let's see if we can get a raggy or a bronzy.
Okay, we're gonna go for another kited rod here. The wind's turned nicely southwest, just giving us a nice chance to drop the bait nice and straight. Put a big piece of bait on here. Hopefully we can hook into a bronzy. I want to see that bronzy swimming after that thing and eating it, bruh. Okay, so we were relaxing, sunbathing here, middle of the day. All of a sudden this rod went belting off and we're on with a really good fish, so very chuffed if we can get this one out. How's it feeling, Dan?
Good, feels strong.
Different to the black ray, huh?
Yeah, this guy's actually running. Not sure. That back's getting hurt. Hey.
Alright, it's a proper fish. It's a proper fish, huh? I think it's turned now. It's a nice fish, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful thing! Yoo! Man, we can have a beautiful silhouette view here of this bronzy now. On the surface. The wind wasn't so much, Marik could put up the drone. Let's go, Dan, let's go, Dan! That's a proper fish.
Is he on the rock?
Just as our luck would have it, this bronzy decided to hide behind a rock in the water, making it impossible for us to pull him out. But here at Duvan's Fishing Charters, we don't give up that easily. Duvan dives straight in the water, swims out to the rock, and guides the shark out.
No, he's still there.
Look at that thing!
Holy
That's a big one.
that's massive.
I'll go to the front.
I gotta get down. That's a nice fish.
Unlock that. Whoa.
That's a nice fish.
Thank you, man.
Yes, man.
So when we thought the action had subsided, we hooked into a nice big bronzy. So we're 2 of 4 and 2 of the 3 big species that I was hoping to catch on this trip, and it's only day 1. Tweaked the knee a little bit during the fight, so it might be a species day tomorrow with a few smaller things, but we'll see. Tie lines.
Black rays and bronze whaler sharks are powerful fish, and we knew that tomorrow we'll be a little too sore to hook something big again. So this time round, we decided to leave really early in the morning to go for some light fishing. Unfortunately, the conditions weren't in our favor and the fish weren't biting. But sometimes that's just how it goes. But the adventure wasn't over. As luck would have it, I got a call for something completely different. When I'm not behind the camera editing these videos, I'm actually a permitted snake catcher, and this time someone needed help with a boomslang, one of Africa's most venomous snakes, right next to a restaurant. Removing Africa's most venomous snake is definitely no easy task. You just gotta stay clear-headed and very calm. Then comes the next challenge, putting him in the bucket. Bring the lid to me. This is the hard part, because now I have to put my hook down and put him in the bucket. Once the snake was captured, we safely relocated it and actually went on an awesome game drive at Babala Game Reserve.
I feel so spoiled.
Dan has a real fascination with these snakes, so he joined me for a few more releases to get up close with some of South Africa's most incredible species. He got to meet the infamous puff adder, the stealthy night adder, the highly venomous boomslang, and the spitting master, the runkels. It was amazing having him along for the journey, getting a first-hand look at what I do for snake conservation. The more people that understand these animals, the more we can protect them. Every release is a step forward towards changing perspectives, and it's always great to have someone eager to learn and appreciate these misunderstood creatures. With the last snake safely released, it was time to switch gears. The next day we were back on the rocks, ready for another round of shark fishing. The conditions were looking promising, but this time we'll actually be overnighting at this spot in hopes to hook up something really big at night.
Two mullet. So there we go, lads. 2 mullet. Don't really need much more. It's gonna be dark soon. So got big baits for the dark. Throw these now while the water's clean and the sun's out. There we go, boys. Live mullet. My theory is rather get it in alive than far and dead. Fish will swim an extra 5-10 meters for it. So it's just a lob really. Let's go. Perfect. Actually landed in a shoulder mullet. Did you see that? Bunch of mullet jumped and scattered as it landed. So it's basically just in the bottom of a shoulder mullet. Okay, rods are set. Baits are out. Now it's a matter of patience. Our approach to tonight's pretty simple. We've got 1 rod at the moment that we're casting while we've casted out 2 baits while we still had some wind. And then the next baits will all be a cast, maybe a slide. We've got some fresh mackerel on ice and some live bait. And I'm confident that those baits are going to do the trick. What do you say, Dan?
It's time we start catching.
It ended up taking all the way till after sunset before we hooked up on our first bite.
How far out he is?
Like 180.
It'll be really funny, Marik, when I go flying backwards. Dome myself on these rocks. He's waking up a little bit.
So yeah, we just got settled in, and Dan and Marik we're gonna go walk and look for some octopus. Daniel called it. He said, "For the moment I'm over this hill, you're not gonna be able to get hold of me, and the rod's gonna go." And that literally happened. So yeah, it's not a monster, but it could still surprise us. But it's a decent fish. Hoping for a big draggy. Any big head shakes, Dan?
Yeah, he took a little a minute ago.
But like, do you feel any shakes? Or
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's
Not a
usually,
ray, I don't think.
that's a reggie then usually. Reggies are distinctively identified by big shakes. I think the bulls also do it. Or our bull sharks do it. Not sure about you guys.
They do.
Oh yeah. Those are some good sounds. Put a little bit more pressure. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we tighten up. It's woken up a bit, huh? Yeah, that's great. Okay, good. I'm on leader. What is that? That's not a raggy. Okay, Bronzy fought nothing. Didn't fight at all. Oh wow, it's a nice Bronzy. That's a surprise.
That's a big one, actually.
That fish didn't fight at all. Oh man. Okay, let's get him around. So green. Look at that beautiful fish, guys. Oh, what a nice South African Bronzy. Hooked in the corner like we want. Now we're trying to get him to a safe spot for us and for him.
What a beautiful specimen. This bronzy was absolutely amazing and incredibly large for a shark that didn't fight that much. But it could just be from the nice warm water. Maybe it just felt a little lazy. We took our photos and safely returned her back to the sea. As this was the last catch of the night, we decided after this to have a bit of a braai and call it a night. The following morning was really quiet, but during midday it heated up really nicely, so Ajax, Duvan and I decided to jump in the water. But that's when things got interesting.
Yeah, boy!
We're just swimming now in the water. Not a bite. Maybe our kicking around in the water has attracted the prey.
Yeah, so we've waited the whole night, sort of had a nice dip there, and while we had a dip I checked the rod go, Ajax picked it up, and we're on with a nice fish here.
It hasn't taken off like crazy, so. And it's not just glued to the bottom like the black ray was a couple days ago.
This was on a nice big piece of bait that we put out of the kite early this morning already, about 8 o'clock, so it's been in for 4 hours. It's now 12, and finally did the trick. Holding thumbs that we're gonna get this one. Another beautiful bronzy, guys. Not fighting much. This must be this warm water. Beautiful colors on this one. Very dark. Very dark. and the reflection and the contrast between the bright day and the dark bronzy is really nice. See if we can get a lacquer photo of this guy. I got a decent photo there.
Good boy. Follow me, huh? Let's go. Okay, let's go out here. Yeah. We did it, Blank!
All right, so just wrapping up day 3 and 4. Did an overnight on the point, hoping for a big raggy, but we ended up with 2 nice bronzies, so nothing to complain about there. Definitely put the hours in, and we were rewarded.
After an intense night of fishing, landing 2 massive bronzies, the energy was high. But the mission wasn't over yet. We spent the next day trying a new spot, hoping for more action, but we came up empty-handed. With time running out, we only had one option left. We headed back to the rocks, the only place that is still producing, for one final push, one last cast, and one last chance to hook into something big before this adventure comes to an end.
Alright, Dan, it's the last day, and so far it looks like we've got some hopeful fishing conditions today. What is the one catch you would really want to round off this trip?
Well, it'd be great to get that big raggy for the icing on the cake, but really just looking to up the species count today. Certainly wouldn't say no to another bronzy or black ray since they're such good sport, but today we're going to try for some little guys too, so stuff that I can add to the old life list. So we'll see what's biting.
On the kite, it's a fresh bonito or sada. Not going too big with the bait, so I want to make sure we get a nice hook up. You can see all our circles are always barbless, especially when we do the kite method, because our tackle is heavier. But using the heavier tackle gives you a chance to land the fish a lot quicker, which is safer for us and the fish. So just remember, if you are going to be kiting, or if you're ever using a big hook like this, always make sure you make your hooks barbless. Let's see. Hopefully this guy can bring us a raggy.
What? When you take, doesn't want to go up. If the wind is just...
Dan the man has finally got us some live bait. Hooked up a nice mullet. That's some good stuff. Hopefully we'll get a shark with that.
Yeah, perfect live bait. Dan just caught us. Hopefully this is going to be a nice hammerhead.
Come down! Come down! I say, boys, we on. We on. Woo! Very nice. Come down. Where's our clients now? Come!
Unfortunately, we were bitten off. Not the best way to start, but it is what it is, and we keep moving on.
Okay, so Dan Man is on. Yeah, it's been a bit of a frustrating morning. It's now 1:30. We got here fishing by 7ish. We've had 2 bites. They all came in the last 20 minutes. Typical of this spot. Don't know why I suggested we came early. We should have just arrived now. But some bites on the high. Don't believe it's the raggy we are after. Swimming a bit, and it was a big bite, so probably a bronzy. But we can't complain, eh? There's lack of quantity this trip, but the quality's definitely been there.
And unfortunately, we lost this one. And not just that, we got another bite, super excited, hopefully this was going to be the catch. But then, we were bitten off again.
That was a ring. Very, very frustrating. Like our 5th big bite. Not connecting with it. Something keeps going wrong. It's ridiculous. And if it missed, you were going to say you didn't eat enough. I know you.
No, you did enough.
We're busy debacling here about whose fault it is with the fish we've lost so far. Because everyone's had a turn to lose a fish. So this for Ajax on 3, Duvan's on 1, so he's lost the most.
Nope. Only 2? I said only 2 hooks.
And both of yours are gone.
Yeah, the both of also you two or the both of them are gone.
I only
This
said
is the
one.
third one.
I only said
No.
Okay, we should get sight of it now, but pretty sure it's a bronzy. Quite a nice swim. Would love a big raggy. Hasn't moved much since, so there is a chance. Going towards foul territory there. Okay, it's turned. Just trying to keep the tip up. Bronzy fighting deep. Oh, it's a nice fish. So it's nice to get him onto the leader, and then we walk. Always try walk him around this point while Ajax gets into position, or whoever's on the leader, stays this side and the other guy gets there in the back. So when we let go of the leader, someone can grab it. There's always a lot of zigzagging in the front. It's important to try remain patient. It's worth getting him on this side. It's much safer for the fish. Takes a nicer photo anyways. So wait for the zigzagging. There, they can thrash a bit and turn. Just sort of holding the line, waiting for his head to turn. And when his head's turned, then I'm going to force him. So I'm just waiting. There we go. Come on. Circle looks got him in the corner. That's always good. Okay, Ajax is in position. Ready, Ajax? There we go. Ajax, let's pull. Let's get him. We'll take it, boys. It's a fish. Let's get him out. It's a nice fish. So try sit there somewhere, and then we're gonna put him onto your lap.
Just a little fella.
You sit here facing Marik. Down. Okay. Okay, it's a beautiful young bronzy this. And not a monster at all, but they stay feisty and really beautiful. You can see they're full of muscle, good condition. Can use this water soon. Get her back. Always wait for the head to face nicely forward, and then with the swell, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful condition. Amazing how quickly they blend into the environment as well. If you didn't have eyes on him, you wouldn't be able to find him. Yeah, lekker. On the board for the. So another bite here now on the balloon for Dan. Yeah, these two finishing off the afternoon nicely. All of those bites have been exactly the same area. It's roughly 260, 270 meters out. It's getting into position earlier. So all our bites, this is on the balloon bait again. It's been roughly 250 meters. It's not that far, to be honest. And they're hitting that exact area. I know it's around about there because I put on top shot and it's on the just before the backing. It's not a monster fish, but these two finishing off strong. Pump, 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 pump. Hold, pump, short pump.
Yeah, I will.
What?
The hammer.
It's a bass hammer. Okay, don't reel more.
Scalloped.
Looks like it. Well done, bro.
Alright, we got a new species.
Okay, it's been much more deserving of a bronzy fight this. Giving Dan a bit of a hard time to finish off the day. You can see leader, but in the front they still take a bit of time. So I'm very happy. This is going to make a big difference to the day. We can add this quality fish. Happy with a bronzy of about 50 kilos. Happy with a nice hammer. But a bronzy over 100 kilos, that seals the deal quite well. It's a nice size.
So we got ourselves an 11th hour bronzy here. Probably the last half hour of the trip. Feels like a proper fish. Definitely a backbreaker. Here she goes. Nearing the end here, hopefully.
Feel rough and you must let me know.
Yep. Thanks for getting in the water.
From here to Sabi. Let's go. Yes, boy.
Right.
Lovely ending. Goggles and all.
Despite not the best weather, we persevered and got some great fish. I think we're, what, 5 or 6 bronzies? We finished today with a big bronzy and a scalloped hammerhead, which is a new one for me. Didn't get the raggy, got close, but you gotta have something to come back for. The snakes were quite cooperative. Overall, it was a great time here in Jeffreys Bay, and I guess we're St. Francis Bay today. But the raggy will be something to come back for, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much. My man. Thank you for everything.
Please keep us posted at that.
I hope I was at least
No,
semi-proper
it
shark
was a
fishing.
pleasure to have you, and you could see good fish.
Yeah.
So we just gave you the rod and left.
What an adventure it's been. Unforgettable memories with Dan, landing incredible sharks and rays. and witnessing some of nature's beauty up close. We're sure gonna miss him plenty, but we can't wait to have him back for the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you want to join us on the water, head over to duvansfishingcharters.com.